Hi, welcome to Dad Talk Network. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Today's video is about what it means to be a dependable dad, right? We all have multiple things going on in our life, competing for our time and our attention. But we also have to make sure that we make a concerted effort to get involved with our kids and make sure that they are a priority in our lives, right? Because they are our future. And we need to make sure that we give them the attention that they deserve, whether it's in a situation where we're going to a sporting event or if they have a play or if they just want to play with us, or spend time with us in different things. So I think it's a good thing for fathers to understand that we have a responsibility to be dependable in the eyes of our kids, right? Because we want to make sure that we're molding them and shaping them for what it means to be a responsible person. And these things translate over into other areas of their lives, right? So kids will always remember when you don't show up to a certain event. But they'll also remember when you do show up. And when you are a dependable dad, it goes without question that you'll be at their next game or their next recital. So just making sure that we have a work-life balance for those of us who are working dads, or if you're a stay-at-home dad, just balancing your time and being dependable for your kids in time of joy and also in time of crisis, because we just have to be there for them. And for those dads who don't live under the same roof as your kids, you have to take a more focused, concerted effort to make sure that you are there for your kids and show up and be dependable. Again, that might have to do with coordinating the child's mother or with the guardian, whoever's taking care of your kid. But you have to make sure that you take a concerted effort to make sure, if you're going to tell them that you're going to pick them up and take them to an event, that you are becoming man of your own word. Show up and be present. Again, sometimes space does create more of a challenge when you're not under the same household as your kids. But we as fathers, we have to walk and embody that level of dependability, even if we're not under the same roof. So just make sure you do the coordination and make sure it's a focus, because at the end of the day, your kids are looking for you to be a man of your word. And I think that is the most responsible thing that we can be, is being dependable. You never wanted to go on and say, okay, I wasn't there, or, you didn't show up at my event or what have you. And in those situations, if we happen to miss an event, explain to your son or your daughter, why you weren't unable to make their particular event, but also make a commitment that you'll be at their next event. And I think these things will go a long way with, with explaining why you weren't at the event, and then explain them how you will make sure that you will be at the next event, and making sure that they're your priority. Because again, like I said, we want to make sure that we are putting a impression on our kids that we are dependable, because they always look at dads and say, okay, I wish my dad was there. So you never want to be in that situation where you weren't unable to show up. So just make sure that you become a dependable person. I think in my own personal life, I try to be dependable. So I try to be a man of my word. So if I tell my kids that, I'm going to, go to a particular event with them, or if I'm going to, help them with some homework or whatever, I make sure I show up, because that goes a long way in their eyes. And it also is gratifying for me as well, because I always want my kids to be able to depend on me if they need anything, or come to me if they need anything. So I think it's a trait that we have to make sure that you hone in on and be a dependable and a responsible person. Because as dads, right, our goal is to leave impressions on our kids. So the more positive impressions that we can leave them with, the better they will be as they enter each different stages of their life. And understand that dependability is something that you have to have. Thank you. So to all my dependable dads out there who are doing the right thing, please continue to do the right thing by your kids. And then for those that need a little bit of inspiration, please take this video as a way to say, okay, how do I become more dependable, and show up for my kids. Thank you for watching Dad Talk Network. Please stay tuned for new content coming soon.